Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're going to finish up our look at Mayday in the Making, the documentary for the Warning's Mayday EP, and also, kind of by proxy, the Error album. We're up to Chapter 5 out of 6, and we're going to watch just 5 and 6 in this video. And Chapter 5 says Goals and Moving Forward. Previously, we got an introduction to the band and their team, and then they described how it began for them, what all their roots were musically, which went back to their very early childhood, and then the process of writing and recording, and then actually breaking into the rock world, which had been mostly male, and using social media to do it. So, okay, anything before we start, Adrian?
I'm just looking forward to seeing it.
All right, let's go ahead and dive into Chapter 5.
We had never really worked with people outside of like our trusted group.
My first actual personal interaction was when I met them. They were playing 2 sold-out nights at Mercury Lounge, and I came the first night and checked it out and was so blown away. I came back the second night with Jason Flom.
Devin O'Connor, our senior A&R person at Lava, she invited me to go to a show at the Mercury Lounge, and I think it was a cold winter's night, and I've been to the Mercury Lounge too many times in my life, but I went and my head exploded.
Going from being an independent band to a signed band is a very big change, because we have been independent since we started and we had been doing really well.
For years, we've always kind of seen where the band is going independently. We started seeing this growth, and we would ask ourselves, it's like, how far can we take it ourselves? And then when is it time to start searching for partners?
We just didn't want to sign with someone who would take control over our music. When Lava approached, it was just like an amazing opportunity for us.
The Warning had great touring numbers, great Spotify numbers, great social media interaction. Their fans are diehard. But first and foremost, the most important part is the music, and the music blew me away.
At Lava, we like to sign great artists. It's really a simple criteria.
When we were approached by Lava, we dove in and definitely found very clear pattern. It was the same sound and look before Jason got him than after.
When they actually reached out to us, we couldn't believe it. And me being an amazing, like a big Paramore fan, I was just like, wow, Jason Blum just got, oh wow.
But when we started talking with Lava, we clicked. We were on the same page. I knew that this was the step that we had to take, that we would be able to be on another level now.
It took a long time.
We were negotiating for 7 months,
but we finally did it.
Signing with Lava was like a game changer for us.
Complete game changer.
When we signed, it was just such a big relief.
And now with the whole Lava team behind us, I feel super powerful.
Honestly, I am so grateful.
We're this super strong team.
Being the first rock band in Latin American history to sign with a US major record label definitely has to be my proudest moment, and every grain of sand that I contributed to that is something that I'll cherish forever. That's one for the books.
Ever since we signed, we've gotten like so many opportunities. Like we got to record our 3rd album during a pandemic.
With the power of a record label, we can make songs for different artists. We can get our songs in movies or anything. Like the possibilities are endless. Our earliest goals for the band, like we're gonna learn this song and we're gonna rock it, we're gonna be on time. I mean, those are still goals, but as we grew like up until now, our goals have changed drastically.
I would just really love to play all over the world and like have my music reach out to like as many people as possible.
And we would love to, go on a world tour, get our music everywhere, and just kind of like share that love for music that we have wherever we can.
I can envision a stadium full of fans rocking out to the Warning. If we were able to help make that happen, it would be, it would just be magical.
Future hope for the band is world domination.
Yeah, we want to tour the world. We want to melt faces, rock out on stage. We want to break stereotypes and show the world that dreams do come true.
My goal for them is that they become the biggest band in the world. It sounds crazy, but it's actually possible. It's going to take a ton of hard work, and it's also going to take some lucky breaks. At the end of the day, I think that is within the realm of possibility. There's no reason that they can't do that.
Our favorite place we traveled as a band, I think we have each one different in mind. Okay, let's just say it at the same time and see if it matches up.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Argentina!
Ah! We got
Argentina was
awesome. It was such a great tour.
It was our first time having like such a long tour.
We
2
were-
weeks.
it was like
2
2
weeks.
weeks.
It was
Yeah.
a 2-week tour with
It was our first
Educativa,
time there.
and it was amazing.
was
Honestly,
absolutely
I am
amazing.
dying to go back to Argentina. The energy
It's
the
so
Argentina like public has, wow,
We
awesome.
miss you guys.
I guess the thing that really stands out in my mind was, I'm sorry, I can't remember the guy's name, but there was a guy on there that said that, they could possibly be the best band in the world, but, that was his goal. And, it doesn't seem too far-fetched.
His name is Jason Flom, and I think he is the label owner for Love. Yeah, it's good to have the owner of the label having that much of a belief in you. And I think he's probably right. If you want my candid opinion, I think they could certainly compete to be one of the biggest bands, if not the biggest band. And there's no reason they couldn't. I mean, right now they're doing everything right. It wouldn't surprise me. Now, that is a pretty high and hefty goal to have. Just so people understand, I don't want to put any pressure on the band or on anybody else. That's a lofty goal. But frankly, I think the band's already won in a lot of ways. They're putting out amazing music and putting on incredible shows that are, I think, as Rudy said, they're melting people's faces off. So, as far as I'm concerned, they've already won, and everything else is just gravy. Let's see how high we can pile the gravy,
Yeah, they've certainly come a long way.
Yeah, they put in the time already. All right, let me see. I don't think I have anything further besides that. Let's go ahead and check out the last bit of this. This is where they're actually going to be talking about the 6 songs that made up the Mayday EP and eventually wound up on Error.
COVID.
Once we signed with Lava, we didn't want to lose any time.
The band was about to go on a tour, and then COVID hit, so everything that they were working on got canceled. And so they shifted the target immediately to, okay, we're going to make the record now.
And David Bendith was a name that crossed between options that they brought to the table and options that we had seen. Really quickly, it became, okay, let's get him on a Zoom.
We had a Zoom call with him. Like there was just like a connection. We shared the same vision. We were actually very, very excited, very nervous as well, because we knew it was going to be like tough.
Teenagers are different than any other band. They're very pliable.
We were really nervous. Looking back on that call, David was also nervous. Like we see it, and I was like, "Why were you nervous?" Like we were shaking. You are David Bendith.
Making an album in the middle of a global pandemic was a very unique experience.
We started lockdown on March. We had not left our house until September. We were really respectful of like the safety of it all.
Obviously, it was COVID, and the first thoughts across my mind were, how is this going to work? But what we did was we were in the bubble.
We decided after a lot of conversations about it that we were going to record it in New Jersey.
We did COVID testing, we traveled with seat covers and masks and face shields and gloves, antibacterial and sprays and wipes. Nobody on our team got COVID. We were all very careful and very professional. And I think, that just makes this album that much more special.
We were just in a little bubble all the time.
I think it kept us really in the zone.
It was definitely scary starting at first, because of course the questions come up of maybe if we wait another month, things will be safer. But it ultimately came down to the fact that the music was ready and it feels urgent, it feels relevant. We want to put this music out.
Working with David and Rick was a very new experience for us. Actually never worked like this much with people who only talk in English.
Their English is amazing. My Spanish is absolutely awful. The one time that I brought up a mispronunciation, I can't remember if it was Danny or Pau, one of them said something and I jumped on it. And you just hear Allie from the back, your Spanish sucks. You gotta watch out. You don't know who's waiting in the wings to get you.
This third album,
That's funny.
I am so proud of what we did with it.
It came out very generational, very social. More than anything, I think we want to call out people to think.
It's about Gen Z, it's about technology, it's about communication. The new album is the world from the Warning's perspective.
Since we evolved as people, we changed our views of the world changed. We grew up. I think our writing and our music changed and grew as well.
In this instance, you could tell that each one of them had spent time honing their craft and practicing. I saw a crack in the door where I could push them and I could open a world to them where they could be less rigid. Even though it's tough and they don't like it, they're built to withstand it. And so you could push them. And so I did.
It was great to see how our different opinions meshed and became this great album.
We like really stepped out of our little box of songwriting.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, there was moments when it was extremely tense.
It was sometimes like, David, like that's not how it is right now. And David was like, well, this is how it should be. And we're like, ah! We had a lot of conversations about how to meet a healthy middle.
I guess the best way to say it's how you come back from that determines how much you've grown.
Working with them was incredible, and we all got to learn so much from the process. I feel super confident about the next steps I'm taking as a musician because I got to learn from the pros.
All the work with David Bendit, it was a blessing. It was amazing.
I already missed them. We were with them for like so long. It was an amazing experience.
I hope that this record goes platinum and we all have plaques on our walls. You know, as far as for the band, I wish them all the success in the world.
We know that we have much to learn every single day. There's always something more.
My dreams and goals for them is for them to grow as players, to keep writing songs. But my biggest goal for them would be to stay in touch with who they are and never lose that.
Our love for what we do is so real and it's so big. Like, why have we worked so hard for so long to just stop here?
A 10-year, un día exitoso.
I just thought it was impressive that, you know, they were able to find like a team, a manager, an agent, all that, and a label, and they didn't try to change them.
Well, not much anyway, yeah.
I mean, they were able to pretty much stay true to themselves. And
That's right.
That's
right.
impressive, to tell you the truth. I know there's
Yeah.
a lot of pressure in the music business to become this or that, and, you know, they try to pigeonhole you or something. And
I suspect that's what a lot of the negotiating was about before they signed with the record label. I think that laid down a lot of the foundation for them to be able to go in from a position of strength, which is not always the case when you get signed to a record label. So they had a lot of creative control, of course, and they were able to push back on the producer and vice versa, which I think was a good thing. I've heard the album. It sounds great. I can't really find fault with the results of their process. You know, I think it went really, really well. So, I mean, the album is very listenable, just the studio recordings. I know we listen to a lot of the live shows, you know, things that go on at the shows, but the actual record is really good. I think they have every reason to be proud. And it doesn't surprise me to hear that no one got COVID on their team. You know, like I say, I mean, they're all on the same page, even their team. So it doesn't surprise me. All right, that was highly illuminating watching that series, which was about a half hour in total, just for anybody that was wondering. And you can always go see it for yourself. We'll leave links below, of course. And I think we're going to look for other things that tell us even more. I mean, anybody starting a band now, you do really well to watch how the Warning does it. So probably one of the next things we're going to take a look at is we'll take a look at some of the stuff that they do on social media for their fans. I have noticed, since I've gone ahead and followed all their social media, that they do put out things on a regular basis. Maybe not the three themselves, but often it is them. Someone on the team is always putting something up. So they've got lots and lots of content to choose from. So we'll probably take a look at something there. All right, so folks, let us know what you thought of this documentary and anything else that you think we might want to take a look at right afterwards or in the near future. Please leave those suggestions below. All right, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one, all right? Take care, folks.
see you all later.